Yo, Giants Nation. Hold on to your jerseys because we're diving into some explosive New York Giants news that's got Big Blue buzzing. Week 1 is creeping up, and we've got a roller coaster of updates. Good, bad, and straight-up game-changing. Picture this. The Giants are gearing up to face the Washington Commanders, and there's a chance their star receiver might sit out, giving our defense a massive edge. But hold up, our own All-Pro left tackle, Andrew Thomas, just dropped a bombshell about his Week 1 status that's got fans sweating. Is Big Blue ready to roll, or are we staring down a nightmare start? Smash that subscribe button, hit that like, and let's break down this New York Giants news with all the passion of Giants Nation. Let's kick things off with the good news for the Giants, and the bad news for the Washington Commanders. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, reported on July 9, 2025, by Gridiron Heroics, Commanders star wideout Terry McLaurin is locked in a contract dispute and might skip training camp, or even Week 1, to force a deal. This guy's a beast. 82 receptions, 1,000 yards, and 13 touchdowns in 2024, per ESPN. If he sits out, it's a huge break for the Giants secondary, led by Deonte Banks and new additions like Jevon Holland and Paulson Adebo. McLaurin's absence would mean less practice time with QB Jaden Daniels, dulling their offensive edge. The Commanders are 6.5-point favorites, per Vegas Insider, but without McLaurin, that line could drop to 4.5, making this anybody's game. Giants fans, do you want to face a weakened Commanders squad to start 1-0, or are you all about beating them at full strength? Drop your take in the comments. Now, let's talk about the flip side, the bad news that's got Giants Nation holding its breath. Our offensive line anchor, Andrew Thomas, is still rehabbing from a brutal Lisfranc injury that ended his 2024 season after just 6 games. In a recent Giants Huddle podcast, reported by New York Giants on SI on July 8, 2025, Thomas was cautious about his Week 1 status. "I'm feeling good. Just taking my time with it. Don't really have a projection right now, but I'm doing everything the trainers are telling me." That's not exactly the confidence we want from our All-Pro left tackle, who's been the heartbeat of this line since being drafted 4th overall in 2020. Last year, the Giants allowed a league-high 85 sacks without him, per PFF, and ranked 28th in offensive line performance. Thomas's 75.4 PFF grade in 2024, despite his injury, shows how critical he is. Giants fans, are you nervous about Thomas's health, or do you trust he'll be ready to protect Russell Wilson's blind side? Let's hear it below. Here's where the suspense builds, Giants Nation. The Giants face the NFL's toughest schedule in 2025, per NFL.com, with NFC East battles and showdowns against teams like the Chiefs and Ravens. Without Thomas, our offensive line could crumble again, putting pressure on Wilson, rookie QB Jackson Dart, and stars like Malik Neighbors. The team's experimenting with Evan Neal at left guard, per Big Blue View, but if Thomas can't go, they might slide Jermaine Illuminor to left tackle and plug in backups like James Hudson III, Stone Forsythe, or Joshua Ezeudu. None of these guys match Thomas's elite skills. He's a top 3 tackle when healthy, with a 90.3 PFF grade in 2022. The Giants' $70 million investment in their O-line, per Motorcycle Sports, hinges on Thomas. What's your game plan, Giants fans? Who steps up if Thomas sits out? Hit the comments and let's strategize. Let's zoom in on the Commanders' drama, because this could be a game-changer for Big Blue. Terry McLaurin, turning 30 in September 2025, is pushing for a new deal, reportedly eyeing $28 million a year, per ESPN. That's top receiver money, but the Commanders are hesitating with QB Jaden Daniels' extension looming. If McLaurin holds out, Washington's wide-out room looks shaky. Deebo Samuel, their next best option, had just 51 catches for 670 yards in 2024, per NFL.com, and hasn't hit 900 yards in 3 years. Giants fans, imagine our pass rush: Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, and Kayvon Thibodeau, teeing off on Daniels with no McLaurin to bail him out. The Giants secondary, ranked 20th by PFF last year, could feast on a depleted offense. Does this news get you hyped for Week 1? Or are you still worried about our own roster? Drop your thoughts below. Now, let's talk about why Andrew Thomas's health is make or break for the Giants. Since 2020, he's been the cornerstone of an otherwise shaky O-line, but injuries have limited him to just 16 of 34 games over the last 2 seasons, per Pro Football Reference. In 2023, he played 10 games, and the Giants went 6-11. In 2024, with Thomas out for 11 games, they slumped to 3-14. When he's on the field, Big Blue's offense clicks. Fewer sacks, better run lanes for Tyrone Tracy Jr., and more time for Wilson to find neighbors. Sportsnaut called Thomas one of the NFL's best tackles, but his availability is the issue. The Giants' backup struggled last year, cycling through 4 left tackles in 5 games, per Big Blue View. Giants Nation, do you believe Thomas can stay healthy for a full season, or is it time to plan for life without him? Let's talk in the comments. To keep this fresh, I check the New York Giants official website and New York Giants news on SI.com for updates. No new quotes from Thomas surfaced, but Big Blue View reported on July 9, 2025, that the Giants are mourning the loss of former pro personnel director Tim Rooney, adding emotional weight to the team's prep. On the Commanders' side, NBC Sports confirmed McLaurin's contract talks are stalled, with no resolution as training camp nears. This could tilt the Week 1 matchup in our favor, especially with the Giants' defense bulking up. New additions like Carter, a first-round rookie, and Holland, acquired via trade, give us a shot to exploit Washington's weaknesses. Giants fans, how confident are you in our defense if McLaurin sits? Drop your predictions below. Let's paint the bigger picture, Giants Nation. The 2025 season is a proving ground for GM Joe Schoen and coach Brian Daboll, who are under fire after back-to-back losing seasons. The Giants' offense, with Wilson and Dart at the helm, has potential, but the O-line's health is the X-factor. Empire Sports Media called the line the thinnest sheet of ice under Big Blue, and Thomas's uncertain status doesn't help. Meanwhile, the Commanders' drama could give us an early edge, but we can't rely on their missteps. The Giants' $10 billion valuation, per Forbes, reflects their massive market, but on the field, it's about execution. A win in Week 1 could set the tone for a playoff push. Giants fans, what's your vibe for this matchup? Are we stealing a road win, or is Thomas's health too big a hurdle? Hit the comments. Now, let's get real about the stakes. If McLaurin sits, the Giants' defense could dominate, but if Thomas isn't ready, our offense might stall. The team's depth moves, signing veterans like Jake Kubas and Aaron Stinney, per Motorcycle Sports, show they're preparing for worst-case scenarios. But let's dream big. A healthy Thomas, a disruptive defense, and an upset in Washington could spark a turnaround for Big Blue. The Giants haven't made the playoffs since 2022, and fans are hungry.